Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're new, I am Raluca, I do makeup. If that's something you're interested in, then go ahead and subscribe. In this video I'm going to show you how I did this look right here. It's this soft Valentine's Day look with a little bit of pink sparkles. And if you want to see how I did it, then just keep on watching. Since this look is going to be more on the softer side, I decided to do my face first. And I'm going to start with this Gamarde Hydration Active Rich Cream. I'm going to apply this with my fingers. And I'm going to massage it into the skin. And for my eye area, I'm going to use this Clinique Moisture Surge Eye Cream. I don't really use a primer, but I do use this SVR Sunblur sunscreen. It's SPF 50. I love that it blurs out the texture so it acts like a primer. So I take a little bit of that on my finger and kind of massage it into the skin, starting from the middle of my face because this is where the pores are more visible. I want to keep things a little bit lighter on the face, so I will use this Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. This has small to maybe medium coverage. It's perfect for dry skin. It's so dewy and looks so fresh and natural on the skin. And I'm going to blend this in using my favorite foundation brush, the Real Techniques Face Expert brush. By the way, I'm in the shade 1N on the Dior foundation. I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting under my eyes, and I'm going to use this Maybelline Age Rewind brightener. I'm just going to apply a tiny amount here where my blue spots are. I love that it brightens this area and you don't have to use as much concealer. It really neutralizes any darkness that you have under your eyes. For concealer, I'm going to use this Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This one is in the shade 005 Light Natural. I'm going to take my foundation brush again and kind of blend the edges. And to set this concealer in, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Super Matte Powder. Looking up, make sure there are no creases here when I apply the powder. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use this Berries Microtouch powder because I don't want my face to be as matte as the Makeup Forever powder can make my face look. And I'm going to use this fluffy brush by Morphe. It's from the vegan brush set. Tap off the excess and apply a light coat of powder all over my face. Next up, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, and I'm going to use this NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. It has a lot of shades, it's really versatile. I am going to use these two shades combined. I don't know why I never use one shade for some reason. Starting from the upper side of my ear and following a line towards my mouth, a little bit upper maybe, because I don't want my face to be dragged down, I want it to be lifted. And I always start here and kind of fade it towards the center of my face. I'm also contouring my temples, my forehead, and my jawline. Next up, I'm going to contour my nose, and I'm going to use this contour brush by Too Faced. And I'm going to take this shade right here because it's more cool tone and it helps me create that shadow look. I'm going to contour under my nose to kind of make it look shorter. And then on the sides, I will draw two lines, but I'll keep them really close to each other. I'm going to contour my lips a little bit. Under the lip here, to give it a more plump look. Also over it. I really want this look to be cute and blushy, so I'm going to use this Essence Matte Touch blush. I'm going to take this brush by Morphe again. Really tap off the excess. If you messed up and applied too much like I did, you can take your powder brush again and just kind of blend it and take away that excess. For highlighter, I'm going to use this Born to Glow highlighting palette by NYX, and I'm going to take this shade here, and I'm using a Sigma F03 high cheekbone highlighter. Dust whatever is left on my brush on my chin area and here on my forehead. Now I'm going to take a smaller detail brush like this, and I'm going to apply a little bit of highlighter on the tip of my nose. And on the bridge as well. And also on my cupid's bow. Moving on to my brows, first I'm going to brush them up. And I'm going to fill them in using this brow powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is in the shade medium brown. And I'm going to use the Makeup Addiction small angle brush. I usually mix both of these shades because the darker one is too dark for me, the lighter one is too light. So I'm using a mix of them. I'm starting underneath of the brow. I'm first filling in the tail of my brow because I want the color to be more intense here. And then without taking additional product, I just fill in the brow. I'm taking a little bit of extra product and define the top of my brow. To give the brow a more defined look, I'm going to use the Brow Wiz, again by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is again in the shade medium brown. And I'm going to use this to draw some hair strokes here in the front. And also define the tail a little bit. And to set the hairs in place, I'm using this Benefit 24-hour brow setter. And I'm kind of setting them upwards to make them look fuller. I'm going to use a little bit of concealer to define the underneath of my brows and also to prime my eyelids. And I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I really love the shades in this palette. It's really pigmented, it has an awesome quality, and it's perfect especially for everyday looks. As my transition, I'm going to use the shade Dusty Rose here, and I'm going to take it on a Sigma E25 blending brush. I'm going to take this color into the crease, starting from the outer corner, and blending with circular motions. I'm going to apply it on the lower lash line as well. To slightly deepen my outer corner, I'm going to use the shade Rustic, which is like this neutral brown here. Again, tapping the excess, so my brush is not really loaded with product, which makes it easier for me to blend. And the brush I'm using is a Morphe M506. and apply it in my outer corner like this, kind of extending it, and again on my lower lash line as well, keeping it into the outer corner. And if you want to perfect that blend, you can take your blending brush again, the one that you use to apply the transition shade, and don't use any additional product, just blend the edges again with circular motions to really diffuse the shades. To add a little bit of color on my lids, I'm going to use this Colourpop Sweet Dreams Jelly Matte Shadow. It's this beautiful pink shade. It's really gorgeous for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to take it on my fingers. It has a really jelly texture, and the most efficient way to apply it is with your fingers. And I'm going to carefully apply it in the inner half of my eye and kind of blend the edges again with a clean finger. It's really sparkly and pretty. It has this kind of bluish sparkles in it. It's really cute. And I'm going to apply a little bit of that on my lower lash line as well, again in the inner half of my eye. I want to add a little bit of a brown liner, so I'm going to use the shade Cypress Amber here from the Anastasia Beverly palette. And I'm going to take my angled brush from Makeup Addiction. It's the one I used for my brows. I'm going to take an eyeshadow shield like this, but not glue it to my face since I have foundation there and I don't want it to be removed. And I'm going to use the shield to draw a line. I struggled for 20 minutes to apply lashes. I figured out that I can't due to my watering eye right here. My inner half of the lash kept sticking out. So I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply a generous coat of mascara. I'm going to use the new Fenty Full Frontal Mascara. Okay, next up I'm going to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone using the same highlighting palette by NYX. I'm going to line my lips using the Huda Beauty Trendsetter lip liner. I'm slightly overlining. Especially in the center of my lips. And as lipstick, I'm going to use the Berries Nudelicious in the shade Lollipop. It's this cute pinkish nude. And to set everything in place, I'm using this Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray. And this is the finished look. I hope you like it. And comment down below what are your plans for Valentine's Day if you have any. And if you don't, just enjoy yourself, do something that you love. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!